In the heart of a bustling city where the clamor of daily life never truly faded, there lived a young man named Arjun. He was a seeker, a person who longed for something greater than the routine of waking, working, and sleeping. From an early age, Arjun had been taught that life was a competition, a race to accumulate knowledge, achievements, and material possessions. Yet despite his successes, he felt a persistent emptiness, as though the more he filled his mind, the heavier it became. One evening, after a particularly trying day, Arjun found himself wandering through the city's old quarter. The narrow streets were quieter here, lined with ancient trees and small temples. Drawn by a sense of curiosity, he entered a serene courtyard where an elderly monk sat beneath a sprawling banyan tree. The monk's eyes sparkled with a quiet joy, and his presence radiated calm. Arjun hesitated, then approached. "Master," he said, "I have studied many books, learned from wise teachers, and worked hard to achieve my goals. Yet I am restless, always seeking more. Why do I feel so burdened?" The monk smiled gently and gestured for Arjun to sit beside him. "Let me tell you a story," he began, his voice soft yet compelling. "Once there was a young warrior who wished to learn the art of the sword. He traveled great distances to find the most revered master in the land. When he arrived, he spent hours boasting of his victories, recounting every lesson he had learned, eager to impress. The master listened patiently, then invited the warrior for tea. As they sat together, the master began to pour tea into the warrior's cup. He poured and poured, even as the tea overflowed onto the table and the floor. "Stop!" cried the warrior. "You are spilling the tea everywhere! The cup is already full! The master looked into the warrior's eyes and said, "Like this cup, your mind is filled with your own ideas and beliefs. How can I show you the way of the sword unless you first empty your cup?" Arjun listened intently, the meaning of the tale settling over him like a gentle rain. The monk continued, "In our lives, we often believe that the more we accumulate, knowledge, opinions, experiences, the wiser we become. But wisdom is not found in fullness. It is discovered in emptiness, in making space within ourselves for new understanding." The monk paused, allowing Arjun to reflect. "Empty your mind," he said softly. "Let go of attachments, judgments, and the compulsion to always know. Become receptive like an open vessel and you will find clarity." Arjun sat quietly, feeling the weight of his crowded thoughts. For the first time, he tried to let them go, just for a moment. He listened to the rustling leaves, the distant chirp of crickets, the subtle rhythm of his own breath. In that stillness, he sensed a freedom he had never known. Over the days that followed, Arjun began to practice the art of emptying his mind. Each morning he would sit in silence, watching his thoughts drift by like clouds. Whenever he felt overwhelmed by anxieties or desires, he reminded himself of the overflowing cup. With patience, he learned to release old grudges, unhelpful habits, and even the need to always be right. As he made space within, something extraordinary happened. Arjun discovered a wellspring of creativity and intuition. New ideas blossomed where once there had only been clutter. He became more present with others, listening deeply instead of preparing his next response. Relationships flourished, and life's simple joys became more vivid. One day, Arjun returned to the banyan tree to thank the monk. "I have found peace and clarity by emptying my mind," he said. "But sometimes I fear that I will lose myself if I let go of all that I know." The monk nodded with understanding. "Emptiness is not about erasing your identity or forgetting what you have learned. It is about making room for growth, for wonder, for the wisdom that lies beyond words. Imagine a garden that is never weeded or pruned. It becomes overgrown, and new flowers struggle to bloom. By tending to your inner garden, you allow beauty to flourish." Arjun realized that letting go was not a loss, but a path to renewal. He learned to embrace each moment with openness, trusting that whatever he needed would arise naturally from within. As the years passed, Arjun's life changed in subtle but profound ways. He encountered challenges and setbacks, but he faced them with a calm mind and a resilient heart. He succeeded in his endeavors, not by force or constant striving, but by flowing with life's currents, adapting to change and remaining open to learning. People around him noticed a difference. Some asked for advice, hoping for a secret formula to happiness. Arjun simply shared what he had learned. Empty your mind. Let go of what no longer serves you. Be present and you will discover a strength and clarity beyond measure. The power of emptiness became Arjun's guiding principle. He realized that true mastery in life is not about accumulation, but about discernment, knowing what to let go and when to open space for the unexpected. In time, Arjun became a teacher himself. He guided others not by filling their minds with endless facts, but by helping them find their own answers in the quiet spaces within. He encouraged them to listen deeply, to trust their intuition, and to welcome uncertainty as a gateway to growth. The story of Arjun reminds us all that in a world overflowing with noise and information, the greatest gift we can give ourselves is the courage to empty our minds, to step back from the rush, to breathe, and to create space for wisdom to enter. So, as you go about your day, remember the lesson of the overflowing cup. Notice when your mind becomes crowded, when old patterns or fears weigh you down. Give yourself permission to let go. Release what no longer serves you, and invite stillness into your life. In that emptiness, you will find not a void, but a boundless field of possibility. You will discover creativity, insight, and a peace that endures through all of life's changes. Empty your mind and become the master of your own journey. The world is waiting for the clarity and light only you can bring.